Yeah, thank you so much. So, very good morning to everyone. And today, I'd like to share some information about the innovative methods, how we can improve our product development, and in the real time world, how the entrepreneurs are newly formed and how they work, right? So, this is a great initiative already done by MSME and many other government forums to encourage many number of entrepreneurs, as well as nowadays more amount of initiatives is taken toward women entrepreneurs. So because there is a need for more number of entrepreneurs to lead the country in many ways. Okay, so that is the reason um, the MSME is giving lot of funds and trying to encourage many student ideas, as well as many even non-educated persons with good ideological scope has been funded by the MSME, and they take the care of their ideas and they funded them to create their prototypes, and then for the market, because they don't have the idea how to approach the market in a bigger way, so they support for the market establishment for 1 or 2 years, and then they train them, and then they become a partner with them, and they produce the product. Okay, so there are a lot of initial things nowadays that government is taking care of. So in our segment, our main focus is that how do our prototypes are developed and how they become an entrepreneur. Okay, so I'll try to make it so not more complex, very very simply. Just whatever doubts you have, whenever you need anything, you can stop me and ask. Okay, so this is the generic linear model, and how do you provide your product to the market. Okay, whenever we say basic research, applied research, invention. So when you say basic research or applied research, both comes to the social need. Okay, so whenever we say in our day-to-day life, right? If you have any problem, we try to find some solution. Okay, for example, if you are going in a bicycle or a motorbike, right? Suddenly your bike stops, okay, due to some malfunctioning, right? Now, what do you try to do? Next, you try to find a mechanic or a workshop, okay? If you are able to find the workshop nearby, it's fine and good, right? Suppose you are unable to find any workshop in the particular time duration, and you are in a search of workshop, but still you are not can't able to identify where it is, then this is the problem. Okay, so you can think whether a small application or something where you can find the address and phone number of the particular workshop, or you can have some of the application where you can find the nearby workshop and details, right? Likewise, there is always a ideological things form when there is a need, that is also from the basic social needs. Okay, so that's we call it as a invention. Okay, then after finding the idea or which you are invented, then we go for the development stage of that invention, where we'll see all the feasibility study, whether this particular invention is how far it is feasible for us, whether it is worthful, because yeah, the ideas differ from person to person and from the needs. Okay. For example, for you, it looks like very big. For another person needs, it looks like very simple. So your invention and product sometimes need to be focused on everything. Okay. So there comes the development and production and finally marketing. Okay. Without marketing also, it is very difficult to make a product known by others. Even though if you, for example, if you make a product in a very good quality, okay, the quality of the product is very very good. Okay. So now your customer need to know the branding of your the quality. The quality is fine, good, but the person who is purchasing or the next person who would like to purchase, they must know your quality as well as the branding of the name. So previously, people have not put more effort on marketing. Okay, so that what happens for knowing for if you take a sound system, we go for a Sony sound system mostly. Then comes the JBL. There are a lot of brands of sound systems are available, but mostly people deal with what with the Sony because of the quality of sound, right? So in order to make that knowing that Sony has a good quality of sound, they go for a lot of marketing strategy of advertisements. Okay, so what is the main advantage of this? Due to this, uh, we can easily reach the person, right, within 1 or 2 days or within hours, right? Otherwise, yeah, it takes a lot of years to a person to purchase, experience the sound effect, then to encourage others to get by to this. So it is a large process. So these type of advertisement and marketing will make the customers to come closer soon, so that they can feel what is in the market and what is been the difference between a quality of product and things, right? So first we'll come for the innovation. So always the innovation plays the important role. First thing, the idea, the methodology, the solution, what we are going to do. So here the innovation, as I said, it is inspired by the reality. Okay. So in the real life, what problem you face? That is a problem where the innovation happens. Okay. Uh, I'll quote one example. A few years before, there was a problem happened with the side stand. Every vehicle's bikes has the side stand, right? So what happens is that many, due to the hurry or something, presence of mind, or sometimes with speaking through phone, we forget to uh, take the side stand of the bikes, right? So what happened? It leads to some accidents. So there is a mechanic engineer, not engineer, normal mechanical person, who who what he did is he just altered the side stand, okay, so that whenever if you remove the side stand only, the gear will be you can put the gear. So a small rod is welded with the side stand, so that whenever the side stand is not removed, the gear will not fail. So that it is easy for you to check what happened, why gear is not falling, so that you can find that the side stand will be there. So this was a small invention, yeah, innovation he had done for his customers in this particular thing. But later on, what happened? This inspiration was allowed by the company called TVS, and they went to him and they asked for the patent rights. Right? He was not actually his idea was not patent, but the company patent his idea on his own name, and then they got the royalty from him, and they started manufacturing it. So that's why we can find in a lot of TVS vehicles, whenever the side stand is on, you can find a small light blinking on the dashboards, right? So likewise, it is a simple idea, but it gives some solution to some problem. So innovation is only comes when you see a real-time problem, and you have to think the solution. But the solution must not be so costly, or the solution must not be too complex. Okay, always think of simple solutions. Okay, that will really inspire the market. Okay, and so how do we improve our new product development process, right? So whenever if you want to develop a product, first thing we have to generate the idea. Okay, so if you generate the idea, so if you see some problems, your mind works and produce some idea, lot of idea for a single problem. You can have multiple ideas to be generated. Okay, surely your mind for a single person. Likewise, if you have a 4 to 5 person in a home, many will give their own suggestions. You can do like this. You can do like this. Somewhat this will work. This will. So you get lot of ideas. Okay. Now getting all the ideas, any one idea will be a optimized, a very good one. So to find that one idea, we go for the screening process. So during the screening process, what happens is that the idea whatever we have collected, we make into lot of categories, and we find which idea will be more productivity, less costly, and feasible one, right? In the research we call it the feasible study, right? So which is, there will be a lot of idea. We can say that for example, if there is an accident happen in the roadways or in outer places in the night, to transport or bringing ambulance to the particular spot and taking the patients outside, we can say that we can create an airbus so that we can collect and go. But the idea may be okay, fine, good, but the cost efficiency and the time duration for protection, many things in plays an important role, even the security of the government, everything. So ideas may be too much big, many things are there, but we look only which is feasible for the way of the government. Okay. Next, after screening and you finding the one idea, we go for the concept development and testing. Okay. So mostly in the software development, we go for the simulation types, and when we go for the hardware development, we go for the real-time hardware development with providing a dummy kits, and then we test it. Even though some of the product developments products we test using simulation also. After finding all the things, then we go for the market. Okay, the last four things are based on the market. So market is half and half, right? If you develop a product, the product development is needed. At the same time, you need a market space also. Okay. I'll say you a real-time example now. If you see in Flipkart and Amazon, you can find Moto. Moto mobiles are playing an important role, right? With a minimum amount of cost, with some middleware configurations. So you can find many advertisements in the papers, in the TV shows, there and there you can find. Why? Because the mobile product has been already left the market a few years before, because they could not stand before the competitors. Now they have defined what are the topics they done. Once again, getting the market. But now, if you see, the competitors were very high. Lot of competitors are there, right? So we are trying to make the clients or customers that there is another product which is still there. New, once again, they have come back to the market, so that for that they use this commercialization. Okay. What do you mean by business analysis means? Business analysis means what is needed now. We are going to analyze. For example, there was a every year if you see many different mobiles are approaching. So you can find there are a lot of different type of customers, different clients with different needs. Okay. Um, for example, if a person want only photography, loves photography, he looks for the mobile which is having a good quality of camera, processing units, and different textures as been must be real. Likewise, there will be lot of things needed for him. So we try to. There will be another some persons who mostly prefer gaming, so that their processor must be very high, their RAM must be very high, storage must be good, so fast, so that they can play the game without any delays. So likewise, there are a lot of categories of the people, right? So this business analysis just checks which who are the our clients and customers, who we are going to target, whether we are going to target the persons who are looking for games, then we need to introduce a good processor with a good processing capability. Okay. So then after finding the which market or business we are going to target, then we introduce our product for 6 months like beta testing, right? Normally, whenever a software is result, we go for beta, alpha, and gamma versions, right? Beta means the basic version where it is given as a trial period free to the user customers, and the customer then you make use of it, and they provide the feedback what are the things they have found, and after rectifying the beta version, they release the alpha version, and the finally only they go for the gamma version. Okay, the same thing. So here, what is the main thing? The knowledge versus the today's economy, right? So in today's thing, we can find many number of small scale industries are getting very tougher to work. Okay, so starting a startup or becoming entrepreneur is a great challenging one, right? So we must have the basic knowledge on what are the things which is needed from the government to support you, and also from as a entrepreneur you must know what are the rules and regularities to be maintained for the employees to be kept with you for a long run of process. Okay, so it is needed to know about this, how to merge this knowledge and today's economy to provide a better products for the future. So, market oriented economy generally deals with two important things. Okay, one important thing is that they look about what is needed now for the customers in the market. Okay, so we call it as a gaps, to find the gaps. What is the need for the customer? Okay, uh, so for example, if you take a small mixie, or if you take a small product based on some washing machines or fridge, whatever maybe, you can find the fridges or washing machine are there for nearly more than 10 to 15 years now, but there are a lot of versions has been changed, right? So now the machines can be easily connected or operated with the mobile phones. Okay, can you able to understand, right? So that is a difference. So from through IoT device, you can easily connect this washing machines or things, or we have a mobile application given by the, for example, LG has its own mobile application, so that you can switch on or you can set whatever needed when you are in a remote location. For example, you are moving out to the home, your machine current is gone, but you have to make the work just be done once the power is come. So after the power is gone, you can intimate the machine to run what are the settings you need. So there are a lot of needs nowadays. It is improved because of the needs of the customer. Okay, so that is why whenever, if you be going to become or develop a product, you must find what is now needed, or if you have an idea, check whether this idea is really existing, not existing in the society, or already somebody has already done this. So you can go through in the mind to find what can be done, or what can be literally you can find whether this method is not available only in our district or state, or whole India we don't have, right? So we can analyze this so that you can find some solutions to make a product. Become an entrepreneur is not so easy. But maintaining the entrepreneurship for a long time of duration is also a challenging one. Okay, for this basic elements of marketing need to be known. So that's what I said. The challenges in today's economy is that there are we speak about the increase of price of the commodities. Okay, commodities comes under all the things: transport, the raw materials, the core manufacturers, the taxes for the government. So after all this, only you have to ensure that the product is delivered to and you get a profit. Okay, so in this case, the consistency plays an important role. Right? So if we take a cricket for an example, we have two different type of players. If you say Virat Kohli, we say he is a consistent in scoring runs, right? If you say AB Villiers, right, we say a different innovation in shots, right? So we need, if you take which is needed, in some cases we need both, right? So if you have both the things only, then only you can withstand in the market, right? Sometimes we have to consistently provide the product to the customer. At the same times, when the years go, based on the region, based on the place, you have to do some innovation to attract the customer as well as to maintain a good relationship with the customer. Okay, so whenever a product sells, is always big, mostly on the demand chain, right? If you to form the demand chain, there is must be a need from the customer. That need must be in such a way that it has to your idea must help them to provide large amount of revenue for the customer, so that your product liability and sales will be more. Okay. Okay, then nowadays there are a lot of debates going on this one to one and one to many. That is the nowadays you might be knowing in the social media about the Ilayaraja's conflicts on his own music, right? Okay, with the other directors and producers. So there are a lot of conflicts. So it is not so easy. So in today's competition worlds, to make your innovation to public, right? So once the innovation can be only done to the public whenever you file a patent or if you get intellectual property rights, then only it is fine that your product or your idea will be a unique one. If you mix that, there will be many huge number of persons will be looking for, so they can grab it. Okay. So in the challenges in the intellectual property rights also, we have to identify. That's what we said. Whether it is a national level or regional level, or it is a digitally worldwide. So there are a lot of legal documents out there. But nowadays there are a lot of IPR grand persons or um, in between members are there who and non-government organizations are there, government organizations are there, who helps us to easily file or say us how this IP can be directed and how it can be done. Okay, so mostly the open innovation, better things, price. Okay, before this, we'll go for some of another one, sir. One example, you all know where is my train, right? So this where is my train, it looks like it is owned by Google actually. Who can find it is from Google, but this idea and this thing was not Google's, right? Google owned this, but the real thing is that this idea was found by students, final year students, who formed a company called Sigmoid Labs. And still, I'll provide you a shocking information that the students see Arun Kumar Nagarajan. Right? He is the co-founder of Sigmoid Lab, who is a final year student in that time in Moscow Selling Engineering College, Sivasi. He and his another friend, the both they developed this app. Okay, they developed this app called Where is my train, and they uploaded in the Google Play Store, and it is used by many people. Then, for nearly a 2 to 3 crores, the Google has spent money and bought the product, and now this company is also working under Google, right? Can you ever think a person from a normal some part of the state, right? And now this Where's My app is working pan India, all over the India, even from Android to first they developed for Android only. Now it is using for Android, iOS, everything. Every day you are all traveling in trains, all they have this applications. Right? So this is how the basic idea begins. This is very difficult to find the stops when you move in the train. So Google Map also does not support perfectly, right? So it is very difficult for a person that also in the lot of travels, the people has to get on in the midnights, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the nights. So it is very difficult for them to know which stop is coming, and there must be some alarm system to get up. So this is the basic problem they have. So for that they developed an application which use GPS of the mobile phone to track where we are going. Okay. So this provide a greater revenue. Now it is crossing more than uh, $200 billion, right? So think what is the need of the customer and how they develop, and now it is under the guidance of Google. Still, they are working on producing one. Okay. So this is a basic example. Product must not. We cannot say that product is only a hardware type. No, even a small startup sell a software-based product is also can earn you a lot of money. Only thing you must understand what is the need of the society. Okay, so you must know the difference between creativity and innovation, right? So most of the times, many speak about creativity, many speak about innovation. Right? So mostly creativity we space as idea plus action is nothing but the creativity. Okay. So but innovation comes with creativity and productivity. Right. Creativity we think we say this idea works and we provide a solution. But when you come to innovation, it only comes when implementation, right? So both if it is implemented, then only we can say that it has some innovation in it. Okay, and this is the basic idea of the product. First idea, then invention. Okay, so then we can go for whether it is a technical invention or non-technical one. Then we can include lot of technologies which is needed for this. Then finally we get the product. But in this innovation, you can find the innovation comes from external business strategy, because there are a lot of we can think why Sarah is speaking about lot of business strategies, because innovation and marketing or IPR is only valid until it is used. If I say I get a patent and I got my patent, I have 10 patents. If I got my patents and make my patent ideal, nothing use in it, because for renewing every year we have to pay money for the IPR protection. So if that idea is used by some other clients or by you, then that is the way how your product can be developed. Getting a patent or getting a IPR and then simply is keeping it only the document or certificate only will be valued for your knowing, right? But in the real time market, through that no revenue is formed, then wastage of the money. Okay, so there are a lot of methods and of marketing brands are there. So, for example, if you take a luxury car, right, like a Skoda Rapido, right? A Skoda Rapid, if you say it is a premium segment of car. So, for selling this premium segment of car, they use a strategy, right? Interesting strategy. What they say, You buy a car for the minimum amount. Okay, take your car and you run your car for 1 lakh kilometers free. Okay, and if you're not right, if you're not able to pay the uh, full amount of money, okay, your car will be returned back to the company. Okay, so many started to pay the basic. For example, if the car value is 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs, the basic price will be 5 to 6 lakhs. So they pay the 5 to 6 lakhs money and take the car. Uh, every month there will be some EMI amounts will be going on. For 1 year, 1 lakh kilometers. They try to drive it. Then afterwards they say we cannot pay the full amount and return back the vehicle. You find that there is a lot of loss for the company, but it is not so because the company which has produced that car knows that this car engine what they can produce can withstand up to 5 lakhs or so, 3 to 4 lakhs of kilometers of the quality they make. So they really challenging for their to buy because whenever you feel the drive, for example, if a person is using an iPhone for a 1 year, 2 years. Now you ask the person to use an Android, he cannot use it because already he has used to it. So you once again go for iPhone and the same way here also. Okay, so they try to use a marketing strategy to make them understand uh, to attract the customers. So this is the idea to market. So idea, creative expression, using technology, distribution, product, market. So this is the idea to get a profit. If you have an idea, first if you have it may be a business model, or you can get a IPR, then make it into a product. Then you have a good relationship with some companies like as I say, Verismet and Google, like a company. Then because without a huge amount of we can see a lot of pitching will be going on in some TV programs where they can give some ideas. Some other marketing person or entrepreneurs they provide some startup funding for them, and they will be shareholders. That is, they provide the money, and they will be shareholders. Whatever profit you get, 60/40 or 50/40 like that, they negotiate, right? So that is then marketing, then value extraction. Okay. So this is how the curve of a process trends of a product development, right? First idea concept, then seed money, then we go for the startup, then expansion of the startup, then we go for the IPO. Okay, this is the basic structure. Through this only your product will be awarded. Okay, for all the MNCs does not come from one day process, right? It takes a lot of years, step by step process, and they go higher. So this is the needs in each and every stages of the model. So if you can see how many business strategies there. It is not simple that creating an idea that is only going to work, right? So we need to know how to manage your project, how to manage the training period, how long it takes to reach the market. So there is a word called time to market. Okay, whatever idea you create, that has to come in the particular time when there is a need. Okay, for example, if we say if a mobile is providing a four cameras, and or we can come for the folded mobiles are now available in Samsung and even MI, and there are few companies are involved in trying to release the folder type mobiles. But after a 1 year, you now only you are going to release a company is going to release a folder at a time. Then already the folder type comes has been released by many companies. So you are late to the market. So you are even though you have done something innovative in your display screen or whatever maybe, but it does not work. Okay, so time to market is very important so that you have to work in agile process. Okay, if you say software engineering, you can know a problem called agile. So parallel processing can be done so that any changes which is new to the market is needed, you can add it in between the product development stage itself. Okay.